Hello boxing fans and welcome to Mr. EBN's British Boxing Bonanza Part 2. And in this episode we're talking about the British boxing that's going to happen in January of the new year. It's a new year for British boxing and it's starting off with a bang with Olubamiwo fighting Sam Sexton in a heavyweight clash for two guys at the crossroads of their careers looking to get straight back into the British title scene. And in this fight you'll be looking for Sam Sexton to try and dominate with his skills, whereas Olubamiwo we know will try and dominate with his unrelentless power attacks. And the best thing about this is both boxers have been stopped before, and the likelihood is this fight will end in a stoppage. The second fight on the bill includes Leon Williams versus Tony Conquest in a British Cruiserweight title fight. Leon Williams looking to defend the title he just won, and obviously Tony looking to pry away this title on only his first defence. The British Cruiserweight scene's looking a bit dead right now, and it's looking for a hero to come and clean up and take all the domestic belts. Later on in the month we have a lightweight fight where it's Derry Mathews versus Emiliano Marsili. Derry Mathews is coming off a draw with Gavin Rees and is looking for this to propel him up in the rankings towards a possible British title fight. Another title fight may be against Kevin Mitchell, maybe one with John Murray, or a rematch with Gavin Rees. Next we're going to look at David Price versus John McDermott, heavyweight bash, and this is a eliminator for the British title. And on this one we're going to look for John McDermott. He thinks he's going to come back. It's going to be his big way into the British scene. He's probably the most unlucky boxer I think in history, to be perfectly honest, in British history anyway. And then you got David Price, he's big, he's strong, he's got that good right hand. Most importantly, he's that height advantage and that reach advantage he's got, and he's unlike Tyson Fury. He knows how to use it, and I think he's probably the one to watch in the heavyweight division right now. People talk about Richard Towers as well, but it's hard for him to get fights, and he's fighting no ones. But David Price, watch this guy. He's the one, I think. Not just because he's a scouser like me. Another fight that's later on in the month is James Degale defending his title against Jose Maria Guerrero, and this fight will be for his European title, super middleweight title, and James Degale should be looking for an easy victory in his first defence, possibly a late stoppage, maybe a points victory. Just depends on how good Guerrero really is. He's got a decent record. On paper it's better than Degale's record, but Degale is much better as a boxer than Guerrero is, we know that. Later on the undercard, against opponents still to be announced, we've got Stephen Smith making his featherweight comeback, Liam Smith fighting at welterweight, Joe Selkirk the middleweight fighting, and also Billy Joe Saunders the middleweight fighting in a big full action card at the Echo Arena in Liverpool. And then moving on from that, the last fight of January for the British boxing scene is Carl Frampton versus Chris Hughes in the super bantamweight division. And that will be the end of my British boxing bonanza, and hopefully there'll be more fights in February that I can talk about. We got a big year coming ahead. I want to talk about some of them fights. I'm going to do predictions for some of these fights. I think I'm going to do a prediction for David Price, maybe Olubamiwo. Yeah, and I'll do one for James Degale as well near the time.